Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Test, 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 test. So I'm gonna call the, when I'm going to stand up for the allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing, please. We having an, I mean, it's on the agenda, but we having a fellow neighbor, John Lochner, who was on the board for many, many years, pass away, and I'd like to have a moment of silence for him. Thank you. So I'm gonna, at this point, I'm gonna open. Okay. This is some of the conversation out there during the meeting. Can everybody hear me now?
When you lean forward, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna look like a monkey, but it's okay. I'm calling the meeting to order at 9:34. Do we have a quorum? We have a quorum. Everybody showed up, good. So, okay, we have one board member online via this phone call. Did I count that? 3, 6, 9. We have 9. So we do have a quorum. Joanne Andrus is on the phone. How many people do we have on the meeting?
We have 24 online.
24.
Joe, how many people we have in house? Oh, approximately about 40, 36.
36 attending. So I want everybody to understand that this is an official meeting under Robert's rules and our bylaws. We have 60 people in attendance, electronically and in attendance. The meeting is going to be recorded, so we have to announce that. The next meeting, let's do the first thing. The first item is acceptance of the meeting minutes of November. Do I have a motion? Everybody, we already went through it at the board meetings, workshops. Is there any comments? Do I have a motion? Tom Travaia makes a motion to approve the November minutes. Do I have a second? Second. David Harris will second the motion. Any discussion? There is no discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. The minutes are official. The next meetings of the Board of Directors will be January 17th, and the February meeting will be the 21st. As a matter of conduct for the meeting, I'm going to ask membership. We have a slot for all members' comments, and we'll take as much time as we need. With attendance like this, we'll give you the time. I ask for the quorum and be courtesy. We're all neighbors. So, sure. So, for those of you that are new, we have quite a bit of attendance going on here with electronic and the attendance. In the last, so I'm going to go back a little further than just this month. In the month of October, on Halloween, we actually lost our manager. and since that point, I've been acting as a manager and the chairman of the board. I'm gonna- We've actually engaged an HR company, and a new search is underway at this time. Since this event, we've had we've installed the East Lake fence along Lake Lane for 300 feet. We got an RFQ solicitation for pricing for the ski hill fencing. We've experienced three storms, and I'm surprised it's not there, but we're going to be open for skiing this weekend. So this is the first time since I've been in the village since the 20th that our facility is up and running. We'll be manned by staff today, and there'll be a blend tomorrow because there is a potential storm again tonight. So volunteers from last year, I would like to see you come on out so that we can still keep the momentum going. And it would be my intent that every time we have an opportunity, the ski will be open. I want it. It's an amenity we all paid for. We worked for it, and I'd like to see some smiling little faces out there too. So the ski hill will be open, and it's my intent to try to during Christmas see if we have enough volunteers. I'd like to see it staffed and open at least during the break from Christmas to New Year's. It's something that I'm going to strive for. It's not, to my knowledge, I don't go, never under my watch has it been open. I also had Hanover Engineering come out, because one of the things that bothered me and concerns many is that some were saying that there was violations. When I took over, I really didn't know what to believe. So I had Hanover out for a day with me. We walked the grounds, looked at all projects. There are no violations. There are no citations. The dams are both inspected and passed. This is from me to you. So they have passed. They'll have a cosmetic comment, and that's it. But Mike Muckley is, I can see why people like him. He's on top of things. So the dams were passed. We looked at the maintenance yard. There was a salt shed. There was a concern about wetlands. Building anything anyway. We got to pour concrete, which is probably going to leak. But that ultimately be Frank and Mike. You're gonna have to push that with me, and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, so we're all ready. That ski hill should be ready to go in a minute. The other thing is we've had complaints about from staff and our food in our ovens in the kitchen for 6 months have been in disarray and didn't work right. They showed me last month, and that's fixed. We took care we took care of it. It's a temperature gauge. At least we'll have ovens that work and it don't burn everything. And like I said, we did have a kickoff meeting for the new HR, and Mr. Bob Grazak is here. And Bob Grazak in the back of the room has a 30-year experience with HR, and I've appointed him, and the board has, for being our HR POC with interface with me and the vendor. So trying to disseminate. One guy can't do everything. So I'm putting the old military hat back on, and that's just we're gonna start doing it. We got some good people. We're gonna do it. So that is the management report and chair. So that's what we got. The treasurer's report. Joanne, do we have any? Did you want me to just go right in? There's no treasurer's report. Is that correct?
Well, we short in income this year because last year's budget projections were way off. We've been covering that since August. The SDR income is off. They predicted 317,000. We probably will bring in about 260. Rec income predicted at 60s. There's barely at 30. And past prior year dues because the collections have been done so well the last couple of years, like due to the office staff. I don't know if people know, but ever since the sign of Jen's been really heavily involved in collections. She's collected $230,000 over the last 2 years. A lot of money. She should be congratulated for her efforts. That leaves us with just like hardcore collections. So the 60 cannot be achieved. We're looking at about $30,000 in, a little over $30,000 in collectible dues this year. So right now we're about $135,000 short, but we'll probably have income in December close to what we had in November, which was just a little over 20K. So luckily we clamped down on expenses, salaries, and overtime on August, as I think I told you guys before. We had rampant overtime and staff hours and expenses that we all put on lockdown when we started this news. We can do board income report in August. So right now we're about 400-some thousand, I think, or 300-some thousand under expenses.
It's 409,000 underneath.
Yeah, so that will cover our $100,000 deficit. It'll be at least $100,000 deficit.
So it's not,
I think last month we spent 100. When we spent 150,000 in expenses, something like that. So we should have the year with a surplus.
right, it should be a surplus. In short,
Foreseen expenses in December, we should have at least a surplus of $100,000. That will be able to put to reserve for next year, to complete some of the projects. Like, we're looking at the ski hill fence, we're looking at doing some of the work at the lakes, the tennis court has to be evaluated. So any money that can be put towards reserve for a following year or any year, which are severely underfunded, is a blessing. So that's the end of your report.
okay, well, thank you. So, in short, we're in a surplus status, and it's, you know, as she reported, I reported it with the accountant, the 409,000 is what at the end of October, our burn rate is about 100 a quarter, so there'll be a surplus. So, thank you. So now I'm going to go to committee reports. So, the finance committee is Tom.
Thanks, Wade. As Joanne referenced, we've been mainly focused on the budgeting process and the financials for November, since we're in December. The last month completed was November. We don't have them published yet, so we are not having a finance meeting as we were originally planning in December. We'll pick it up in January. We'll focus on reviewing the year-end financials, and we're going to do a deeper dive on our policies and procedures to see what needs to be revised, enhanced, and we're going to take that approach.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Security, is Brian here today? Or, now Kyle's in the back, right? This is Kyle, our chief of security. So when a member of the staff is, you know, available, and if the chair is unable to attend, we're gonna have our employees help out.
Good morning. Morning. Should be able to hear me. I speak pretty loud. Not too much to report on. We're transitioning through our committee chairs. Andy Gross was the recent chair. We're moving forward with Brian Coyle. Him and I met in November, and we went over some things for the Rangers, such as equipment, inventory, certain types of training that we can have moving forward into the year. So that's stuff that we're going to be looking into. We haven't had any meetings yet going into 2026. We are going to be scheduling meetings, which are posted on Town Square, so if anyone is interested, please keep an eye on that. We could always use more people. For incidents, one thing I want to point out that happened in November for those that have the Ranger log, there was a brush fire on Martha's Lane, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I witnessed it and it was quite scary. What had happened was there was wind and it blew a twig on one of the wires, and it combusted immediately. dropped down into the brush, and it went crazy within seconds. It just right through all the brush. Fortunately, there was a UPS driver on scene who called it in right away. I was there, I happened to have a fire extinguisher and called the Rangers. They came out with their extinguishers, and we were able to get it extinguished, and then the fire department came out and saturated it with water. But it's something to be vigilant with. There's a lot of areas in the community where there's not people home, or there's nobody in the houses, and I couldn't help but think, like, wow, if I didn't see that, or that happened in an area, I mean, that could be the village right there, essentially. So it was quite scary, but thankfully we got it under control. One of the rangers reported on Wednesday, the officer from the Fish and Game Commission, or Fish and Wildlife Commission, came in. He actually measured the ice and said it was at 5 inches, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that they came out and did that. With that, we have ice rescue bags that we're going to be moving into our vehicles and doing some practice and training with going forward to make sure, you know, those that go ice fishing, if they need help or anything, we have the equipment available to help them. That's pretty much all I have for that.
Wow, fire, I didn't know about that. That is, it's a little scary.
Sure is.
Thanks.
I had a question, is there any, in prior years, we had some indication like on the bulletin boards or at the lakes, if it was good for ice skating or anything, are we gonna put up any type of placard this year?
Yeah,
Or we might have already,
I have a folder of them. I'm going to go to each lake and check if they need them.
Okay, great.
We'll put them back.
That way members know.
It actually, it tells you that at what thickness is safe for what, so like foot travel or vehicles or stuff like that.
It's Pamela Rice, 1395 Lakeland. Is there anything that the electric company can do to rectify this throughout regarding the fire? Can make it so this would never happen? Was there something wrong with that particular
It was just,
wire, or was it a freak accident, or what was it?
it was a freak accident, yeah. It was a twig about this big.
So nothing that the electric company can do to make things safer? Is there any liability with that?
That I'm not sure of. I do know that they're supposed to trim areas around the wires, and I think it was a year or two ago, they actually had a tree company in here going around doing that. They're supposed to keep up on it. But in this case, it wasn't a tree branch or anything that was on the wires, it was a twig this big that just snapped off.
And how do you know that? Did someone actually see it?
I have footage of
You
it.
actually saw this thing break away and cause the fire?
Yeah, there was a home over there that had security cameras on it.
Oh,
They
security
so They
cameras.
provided the footage to me.
I'd like to, thank you. I'd like to meet with you, you know, when we get from Monday, I'd like to go, I want to find out the root cause and see what else can be done. If there's a defect in the wires, I want a little bit more than that. This is a serious issue in my mind.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Thank you.
Hey, so lakes and wildlife.
Right now, we're not going to do it for this time, we're putting meetings together and not.
Okay, so there's Jeff Hutton, the new chair of that group, and he's saying that no meetings yet, but he's planning in 2026. And so January 17th, we'll have some kind of schedule. Okay, building and grounds, Frank.
Good morning, everyone. 25 projects that we were tasked with the buildings and grounds and the volunteer people that we've been gathering up. Both fences are done, the east fence is done, the pine fence got done a couple weeks ago, looks pretty good.
You can't hear it all.
Thank you. So that, I couldn't hear you.
So both fences got done, east and pines on the 25 projects. The other 2 projects we were tasked with were the salt shed. As Wade said, he's waiting on the permit, but I was able to get all the rebar done for the job. That's at the maintenance yard, waiting for the project to begin. Projects going forward in 26 that we're looking to tackle is look at the price of the gazebo by when you come in the gate by the tennis court, can't do it now because of the weather. Locust Lake bathrooms, we're looking at with the volunteer group, and we're also gonna look at the first floor at the chalet, what we can do down there, something like that. So that's what's in store with the volunteer group in 2026. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. The office is about 12 hours away, maybe a day and a half, maybe 2 days from being completed. And there's a group of guys, like, there's about 6 or 7 of us. It was myself, Tommy Andrus, Big Bill, he's in our Santa, Steve Doherty, Jeff Hunt was there. But Clark Construction has been doing the bulk of the work, Chuck and Son Brandon. Without them, it wouldn't be as far as it was. So if you see them, please shake your hand or give them a thank you. And we're probably a day and a half to 2 days and that'll be done. So hopefully before Christmas, we'll see that. Sorry about that. Forgot that.
You forgot about one thing, huh? I didn't remember about 5 minutes, so. Roads, it's the winter, there's no roads meetings, and Phil here. So actually, I'm initiating, I'm in the process of getting an old RFP renewed. That's a series of them, just so we have data points. I'm trying to get a membership survey done for next year. So, but a board effort, it's just some preliminary actions have been taken. But just an FYI for the roads. You know, we can try to maybe get an approval, and then we can go forward with a real project, which is we never did before. There's multiple roads, 5, 6 roads, whatever. So, recreation, Rita Vitelli's not here today. But oh, you got Bart's here. Okay, Bart's here. All right, Bart, you come on up.
Morning, everybody. Just wanted to let you know that we have a lot of rec things coming up this month, along with next month. Bingo's been really going well, and tonight is a Saturday night bingo. So if you guys are in town or you want to show up, tonight will be a good night. There's food, come for dinner, whatnot. There's a gift wrapping event, and there is a children's Christmas shopping this month. We're also having the New Year's Eve party here at the chalet, $10. It's going to be small hors d'oeuvres and things like that, and a champagne toast at midnight. And because of the ski hill being open, we're going to sell hot dogs today, not chocolate. So if anybody's going to be up here with your kids, you want in to get something. And definitely keep a lookout for our January. We have a lot of things planned, and there are flyers for this month back on the coffee table. Okay?
Thank you for the hot dogs. Can we have the town square out an announcement, there's food, make sure it's no hot dogs and popcorn going through. So, is Kat here? Just want to keep it live, give people updates. All right, Rex done. Rules and regs, Manny.
Good morning. Well, thanks to board chair recommendation, what subject we addressed last Saturday. We had a very nice meeting. It took us about only 3 hours. We had, and you attended. Thank you for attending, by it. No, seriously. And we were working on a couple of different versions. We finally figured out the final version is December 2023. So we spent some nice time. We went over the Appendix A STR. That's what your recommendation was, to handle that day, which we did. And it continued on Sunday.
Microphone. Can we get you a microphone?
Oh, sure. You can't hear me? That's amazing.
That's it.
You online?
Is it on?
Thanks, Pat.
We worked on Appendix A SCR, some recommendations, some cleanup, some other ideas from the board members. It continued on Sunday at home, and also it continued on Monday with our liaison, Pat, who spent time in the office. and took some of the recommendations in office inputs. And the final version was emailed to the board.
Yes.
Okay, and if the board, once she looks at it, that recommendation, if they want us to change, look at it or approve it, then we take it from there.
Okay.
Also, go ahead, sir.
No.
Also during the meeting, we had Kyle, he left. We had Kyle who attended our meeting, thank you Kyle, and he had great inputs about monitoring cars coming in and going out, which we will look at it the next time. And the most important part that he recommended, and we put it inside the appendix A to go back to the hang tag for cars in order for them to monitor. At this point, they cannot see the piece of paper on the dash, and he recommended to go back to that. All of that recommendation is in that paper that was sent to you, and again, I can't thank Kyle enough, he spent time with us, and he also offered to attend our future meetings.
Thank you very much, Manny, and there was an extensive document. We did not have time to go, we focused on one that was a critical area, which we will address today. And that's just to protect the village.
We
Clarify the rule.
We have a great group, and if any of the board members ever wants, just like you did, for us to take any subject, anything out of the rules and regulation and concentrate on, please do so and email us.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So we'll skip bylaws, unless you had something, Frank. We haven't done anything with bylaws. But we're going to, because we're going to be necessary for that survey of all membership. That's going to be in accordance with the bylaws, where everybody that's a member of good standing will vote on what projects they approve and disapprove. Asphalt, partnership, whatever. It's going to be a formal, and it's tracked. So it's just like an election, essentially. It's a survey. We don't have STR at Jenny. We don't have any. We haven't had any really meaningful discussions, right? So
The SDR committee has not been able to meet because we made a proposal last month.
yeah.
There's been no back and forth since then. We look forward to hearing what the rules and regs has put together for SDR. We've not seen that yet.
In a nutshell, there is some recommendations, but right now it's in recommendation form because we haven't had a time. We are going to try to clarify a point, and that's going to be in this meeting, and it's open. So we're going to talk about it.
Our next meeting is tentatively scheduled for January 21st.
January, okay, so next STR is January 21st. Okay. And, but Jen's right. They've tried, they put the proposals together, and frankly, it's been a tough road to hoe right now. So, my apology to the group. So, strategic, Ski Hill, I just talked about it in depth as the chairman. I think are they moving out there?
Yes?
I saw some heads turning, so that makes me feel a little. So, we were off. Camelback opened Friday. We opened Saturday. We could have opened yesterday. Just FYI, the maintenance. So just say, those guys did good that day. We did also had an inspector come out for insurance and we passed even with their inspection. So we had Mountain Wire rope out for wire. We had state inspectors. We've had insurance inspectors, and we are green. We are green for lunch. So that's good. There was no strategic. I talked to Joe, the director. There was no strategic planning report at all. Other than there's going to be meetings starting in January 9th. All right. So old business. I'm going to go into old business first. So old business means that this was brought up, and actually the budget, the 2026 budget was brought up in November at the board meeting, and we tabled it. We tabled it or deferred it to this month because of the different aspects of different approaches that you can take with the budget. as recently as last night, after 3 or 4 meetings in a row, late nights, we've come up with a plan that we agree on. So I'm getting ready to open up the topic, but it's the 2026 budget is the topic, which was the carryover from the November meeting. The board was divided, and after weeks of workshops and meetings, we came up with a budget that most folks should be happy about. The budget is for $2,924,943. The budget is Sorry, my hand was on the mic. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay, the budget, the 2026 budget is for $2,924,943. And we held the dues at the same rate as 2025, and it's equal to, for a single house, $1,732.89. So $1,732.89 is what it was today, this year, and what it's going to be next year. This budget includes an STR placeholder using the 2025 STR fee of $600 plus $35 fee per transaction. This will allow the village to implement systems and processes for capturing additional STR expenses during 2026. This budget also eliminates the dues discount for approximately 14% of our members, and we will realize $133,696 to be transferred to the reserve, which is an area where we really need it. It does not go to operating, so it's not a dues. It's not, affecting the dues. The board understands that this may be an inconvenience and will allow increased costs above the 2025 dues, discount dues, to be paid in any amounts, any increments. So everybody knows that when we get our bills, that it's due by law the 28th of December. That's the latest.
February.
What did I say?
Yes.
Okay, February. It's the 28th of February. After that, it's normally delinquent. But what we're doing here is we're mitigating the implementation of the additional expense. So if your expense because of the discount being eliminated is, say, $700, that $700 can be paid in any increment that you want. You pay your normal dues, what it was, and then the delta will be spread out over 10 months. No interest, no late fees, any increment you want to pay as fast as you want, but it has to be paid by the end of the year. That's what we felt that was the best that we could do for our membership, that the meeting consider that a hardship. So at this point, that is our 2026 budget synopsis, which we're going to vote on next. So there's no.
Can you clarify the discount? Some people aren't aware what that is.
So you have people that have a lot or have just one property or a house. Those are the standard dues. The discounts apply to people that have more than one, and it could be up to 6 or 7. I think there is, and those discounts are being eliminated. So whoever has a lot, a single lot, and that due, I don't know what it's 0.8 of that $1,700 figure, wherever that is. If they had a lot, and they had 3 other lots, they were getting discounts as little as, I think, 40 or 50%. But that's, so that delta, that they're going to pay the normal rate, just like anybody else. Just because you have 6 properties doesn't mean you get a discount. And that's the optic that we're trying to convey. If it's a lot, it's a lot, and there's no special discounts, except for one who's a joiner. A joiner has a discount. So if you have a lot, the house with a lot, and you join it, there is a small discount.
No, it's quite large, but it will remain.
It remains. But the point is that you pay whatever it was this year. You pay that by February 28th, And any of this discount delta, I call it the discount delta, anything that's higher than that, because we removed the discount, is spread over the next 10 months from February, so the end of the year. No interest, no late fees, your member in good standing, but paid to at the end of the year. So that's my clarification on the discount program. I'm looking for a motion to approve this 2026 budget of $2,924,943, and it will equate to house dues of $1,732.89. Do I have a motion?
I have a motion.
Mike Wilczek, motions.
I'll second the motion.
Mike Verrazari seconds the motion. Board members, is there any discussion? Is it the last time, board members, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Sure,
It's not discussion, but this all changed last night when I was on the flight, so I wasn't part of any of this conversation, so I feel like I don't have all the details to.
Right. I mean, it is, you weren't there, you were on professional
I
travel.
mean, and Pat just came up to me and told me right before the meeting started, so I had no idea that they would change the whole thing. That wasn't I mean, I'm just,
So
it's a
actually,
statement, I have to.
and in your defense, you can actually, you can say no or abstain. If you have a reason she wasn't available, so that's okay. We're in that phase, so we have all in favor except you have to abstain, right? You have to abstain, right? That's fair. Abstaining is fair. I mean, we did it last night, and that's my bad. It's really my fault.
We can't hear nothing.
Can't hear anything.
It's really like, you guys gotta do something with the volume.
Yeah.
The whole meeting, you can hardly hear anything.
You gotta bump it up.
Pump it up.
Pull it down.
Pump it up.
Yeah.
Is that better?
I actually thought it was my hearing aids, I took them out, but it stayed the same. Honest to God.
All right, so we have, so what did you not hear? So that, what did you?
Didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, I turned my mic. So Sherry Kubis was coming back from China and did not attend our final workshops last night. This came all about, we've been back and forth for a month. And this finally came to fruition. We went from a split board to almost unanimous board. Can you hear that?
Yes. And I mean, I had spent time between China and here. I called Pat, I called Wade, like I was trying my very best to update myself on all the differences. It seems that something happened late last night while I was on the last leg of the flight here, and I didn't realize anything had changed to go on and look at it last night as I was trying to sleep for my 24 hours.
No, it's true. I say that, I wanted you to know that it actually, she was texting. We were on a Zoom meeting and she couldn't participate. I mean, we got still, we were in a working meeting, so we're getting someplace. So I apologize to my fellow member, and it was a bomb. So we're in discussion phase, we're done. So we have 8, Joanne, I didn't hear your answer.
Yes.
So that's a yes. So we're 8 yeses, one abstain. Due to travel, she had insufficient information. So, if that's the case, all in favor, the motion passes. The 2026 is hereby adopted as described in my motion. So now we're going to new business. Motion to accept fair hearing recommendations. We're gonna have a whole bunch of them. These are secret meeting, or basically it's citations that were appealed through the process. We have October and November fair hearing. Can you hear me now? Yep. All right. Motion to accept fair hearing recommendation for citation 5933 for cutting trees without a permit. Do I have a motion?
So moved. I'll second.
Second is Tom Travier. Any discussion? It was a homework item, there's no motion. All in favor of upholding the front citation? Aye. Any nays? There's no nays. Motion passes. It's upheld. Motion to accept fair hearing recommendation citation 5723, renting without a township STR permit. Do I have a motion to uphold that citation?
So moved.
We have David Harris, second.
I'll second.
Tom Travis, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed, uphold 5723, upheld. Motion to,
Just making sure Joanne voted.
Joanna, are you?
Yes, I said yes.
Yeah, okay. Motion to accept fair hearing recommendation citation 5731. Another renting without a township STR permit.
So moved.
So, second. Mike Lazari, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, and motion passes. Uphold 5731. Motion to accept fair hearing recommendation 5726. Failure to register their renter.
So moved.
David Harris.
I'll second.
Tom Travis, seconds. All in, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye, John, okay. Pat, motion passes 5726. Everybody is upheld. Motion to accept fair hearing recommendation citation 6059, noise violation, loudspeaker with dogs barking.
So moved.
So move David Harris,
I'll second.
Mike Lazari, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Okay, good. Motion passes, citation 6059 for noise violation is upheld. Now, I see it's a different number, I'm just asking this to you, Jen, there's two of the same one for the same one? Okay. Motion to accept fair hearing recommendation for citation 6064, second offense of noise violation, loudspeaker with dogs barking. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
For the specific motion for Tom Travi, second please. Mike Wilczek, seconds. In discussion? This is a second violation, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Motion upheld 6064. Motion to accept the fair hearing recommendation citation 6045, renting with an expired township permit.
So moved.
So moved.
I'll second.
Second, Mike Bazari. And I'm saying it like this so that we record it so we can do minutes. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes 6045 is upheld. Motion to accept for hearing citation 6046, failure to register the renter. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Patricia's primary, secondary, Mike Wilczek. Any discussion? No discussion. We, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes to uphold 6046. Motion to accept for hearing recommendation 6044, failure to register the renter. Second one, and not the same person. All right, motion?
So moved.
Patricia and Mike. Those are my two. Any discussion? No discussion.
Mike who?
Mike Wilczek. Motion. Any discussion? Motion approving? I mean,
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion passes. We uphold 6046. And is it 6044? 6044, correction, that's duplicate. All right, so we're done with citations.
No. Oh, yeah, motion.
Motion to approve a replacement, so we have a hot tub that's a ratification of 152 Wagner, and that was done about a week ago. Motion to approve the replacement hot tub. No variance is required. Sherry Kubis makes the motion. It's ratification, so need a second. It was Mike Wilczek. Mike Wilczek is the second. And any discussion? It's already been done. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion to approve another hot tub located at 429 Berry Lane.
Make the motion.
Tom Travis, no motions.
I'll second the motion.
Mike Lazario, there's a second. Any discussion? No variances. Motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Now, we just did two hot tubs that were normal. They were not variances, and they're all standard within rules. And it's this board's position that if it's not a variance, we don't need to be doing this here in this one. I think the manager should be doing it. So I have a motion in here. So Sherry Kubis will make a motion.
I'll second.
Someone read it to you. We're going to change the rule, motion to change the rules and regulations to eliminate requirements for the board approval on all non-variance hot tub permit requests. That's the motion. Do I have a primary? Okay, Sherry Kubis is primary. Secondary, Tom Trellian. Is there any discussion? This is clear cut.
The only comment I want to make is that these are hot tubs. The one was being replaced, they've had a hot tub for 15 years.
14 years.
And they got all their township permits, and the same thing with the second one. Township permits are all issued, everything's done the way they're supposed to do it. So that's why we came up with this motion.
Frank, yes. Yeah, this is for futures, because they come up, and I mean, I was gonna sign this, but then I read, I wanted to make sure I was doing it right. I said, this is a replacement, and it had all the permits, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. So it's here. So it has to be, they have to make sure that they get the permits, but that means the manager, we can get these things processed in 3 days instead of 30 to 45 days. So it puts them not variance. Variance is something, $250, you gotta get permission. So anyways, it looks like we got the motion, we got discussions completed.
Well, if I may just add that Rules and Regulations Committee has to take this away so that we can edit the rules and regulations to implement this.
Yeah, absolutely, Manage needs to do that, but we made your job a lot easier because we just approved it.
Thank you. I could use more, thank you.
Yeah, you got it. So it's only the best interest of our village. If you get a permit in, you should get, if there's not a big deal with it, it should take days. So that's that. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Unanimous, aye. Okay. So, motion to,
Excuse me, we have to pass the motion about the no cap on hot tub?
I have it right here.
Oh, you have?
I'm reading it.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm gonna do, we have one more motion.
Oh, it's not on the,
It's not yours, I have another, I did it last night at about 11 o'clock. So, because I have two more motions to work with, and this is something this is a real meeting where we're openly gonna discuss business, because some of the stuff we didn't get to, but we need to. And this is the way Robert's rules, it's transparent, technically. We did a lot of other homework, so we rattled through things, but this is completely above board, and we can add and do it. So, I'm doing a motion, I'm requesting a motion to amend the Locust Lake Village Rules and Regulations. A motion to amend the Locust Lake Village Rules and Regs to clarify that there is no use restriction that limits STR unit owners to operating it to any maximum number of STRs. The language in the rules and regs will now state the annual short-term rental permit fees are based on the number of rental bookings per year per STR property there is no limit on the number of STR properties, period. So we'll put that in to make it very clear, there is no restrictions on STR ownership. So that means if you have 3 houses and one you live in, and you rent once a year, and you have 4 others, you can put them all in the STR program. There's no limitation. That is what I was referring to earlier. This is to protect our village. So that is the motion. Do I have a first? It's just STR. And the STR dues, it's just, it would be TBD, but the point is, we need to get the statement of no cap.
So somebody could have a.
We're in motion phase.
Sorry.
I'll motion.
Mike Rosario, motions. Sherry second.
This was a conversation 2 days ago, right? This was when we had like.
And we- Yeah, so we're good. No more discussion, because I think that's it.
Right.
Frank, did you have discussion on this?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Okay, good. So that right there is a change to our rules and regs, appendix A, and it's going to clarify that there is no restriction, and there was no intent, but we're clarifying that. So thank you, that's just FYI. The final motion, this is something I'm adding at the last second. So there was some discussion, I saw the emails. We currently have insurance with Univest, and the board has, the board has, an umbrella policy. We also have D&O insurance. I reviewed it in person with Univest, and the new package, I reviewed it, and we did not have any cyber, it's cyber extortion, or cyber. So basically, we had a $50,000 cyber policy, but it didn't cover. It was only $50,000, and this package that we just entertained, we point that they gave us a package, and that package gave us the same umbrella, $5 million. This is public record, by the way. $5 million umbrella, and an additional, it went from $3 million D&O insurance to $2 million. But the key on this is this new policy for D&O. It's you add umbrella to D&O on this policy. The other one wasn't, so we can reduce the fee, which I did. And I just need to get I want to be transparent. I want to raise it for it's a $2,000 discount, and we just got $2 million more of D&O, and another $200,000 for cyber extortion. So it's a discount. I communicated with others, and they think it's a board decision. So I would like to get that enabled. I think it's operational, but I'll let the board vote. Either we don't do anything, but we're.
Well, to open it, you need a motion, so I'll make a motion so we can consider.
So it's just go with the cyber package. This is $250 cyber is what I'm looking for. So the second, so I got first from Tom, Mike second. Is there any further discussion? Then I got it. No discussion. All in favor? Aye. And I'm for it too. And I want to tell you that right there.
Did you send the contract out last night?
It was an email. I sent it. There is another one for further clarification, but the point.
I'm just trying to recuse because I didn't.
Okay, so one recusal. So we have eight and one abstaining because she was on. So that's okay. This is just again. This is smart. My company was hit with cyber extortion, and it was, and 250 is not even, is barely enough. But we have that coverage. We'll have it effective Monday. That's an augment, and for a discount, and that's it for motions. So now I'm going to open the floor. If I can have one sip of coffee first. Okay. That's what I thought. But we're on that rule. All right, so members' comments. I'm going to open the floor. I want to thank everybody here for being good neighbors. So I'm going to go with you. Whoever's raised their hand first.
Just ask you, you made some changes to Appendix A. If you like us to put in a master form, in a master rules and regulation, if you don't mind, email it back to us, and in our next meeting we correct it. However you want to handle it, but there were some changes made, and it would be nice for us to have it in writing, and then we can fix the master.
Yeah, we're with you. This is important. We'll work it through. It's to me, it's a matter of protecting the village, and we're going to work together to do so.
Thank you.
Okay. So, any member comments? Are we? No? Bob, I can't hear you.
I like that. I just had a couple questions in one comment. I noticed since May, we haven't done any write-offs. Okay, so we have no write-offs to do, which by law, if you have write-offs, you have to do them by year end to close out the books, so you may want to look at that. I think you answered the question, there is a year-end surplus.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's projected. I looked at it personally with the bookkeeper yesterday afternoon, and as of October 31st, we have $409,000 in our operating expenses. End of October, our burn rate is about $120 a month.
Okay.
So we should be fine.
Okay, thank you. The thing you did with the rules and regs for STRs, just a question for you. Did anyone consult with legal counsel about putting that in our rules and regs?
Yes. That was
Okay.
exactly.
That's all I want to know. Thank
That's
you.
all I did. Yeah.
No fee and fine schedule has been
Has not been
approved, so you got to do that for next year.
Yeah,
Just a
we're gonna-
reminder.
Yeah, we have to, we're gonna, what Manny was just saying,
Okay.
we're gonna go back and there's a lot more than just that one. I focused on the critical one, so that we're done today with that. The other items that Manny and the Rules and Reg team worked on, there's a pretty nice document that the team did. We're gonna be on that. And we could have done it, but we'd be here another hour. So, or more. So thank you, Bob. Is that it?
No,
You want to email it to me?
The budget that just passed, I understand the dues remain the same and all, I understand the changes, but are all the changes on the line items that we received, are they staying the same? Or did you make any changes to them?
I did not, so the document that's presented here was done by the budget team and,
So what happened after the line items changed and the items that you requested, we changed for lakes and wildlife and for the angler exchange. So the details will be put on town square like you requested.
oh, thank you. So there are a few minor changes there, I guess, which is what she's saying, and there's notes in there in the file.
Yeah, and they'll change the bottom line. The line items within the budget are realigned, and the requests that you put in that came from Bob Christensen and whoever's in the anglers and the other minor changes, because we didn't get that committee input during the time that the manager was here. The manager represented the budget as if the committees had already weighed in, and that wasn't the case. So after you met with some of the committee chairs, I moved the line items for him based on their requests. So that's done.
So you basically, what I think I'm hearing is that there's some spinal tweaks that we need to fix, but it's all.
Everything's been fixed already.
Very fixed, okay.
The bottom line doesn't change, but the line items change. So what Bob Christensen told you he needed for Lakes and Wildlife is in the budget.
I got it. Yeah, I saw that. And there was another one for, Mr. Joe McCluskey.
That's done too. The anglers is done.
That was for a Christmas party for children.
Yes,
Yes.
all done.
Okay. All right.
All right, I have one question and a concern I have of being involved on that side of the table in the past. It showed on there, and I'm hoping that this was corrected or fixed, that you took the employee appreciation and dropped it from 6,000 to 4,000. okay, which covers turkeys or hams or whatever, Thanksgiving. Now, last year, we fought pretty hard, some of us, to get it raised to 6,000, but on that budget I'm looking at, it's saying you dropped it back down to 4,000. And your employees are your assets, a very valuable asset. You have good employees here, so to take something $2,000 away from them, I mean, what's that come down to, a couple pennies out of everyone's pocket? I mean, I think that's like slapping them in the face. We worked very hard to bring that up so they can have a little better something for Christmas that we supplied for them. So I think if you could look at that, I'm sure you can find $2,000 somewhere to make sure that stays in there. Last thing I did do on I can't hear a wait, so.
But if there's more money needed, $2,000 in a $2.9 million budget is easy to realize.
So, if that's a good comment, Bob. By the way, that factored in the increase for all employees was 3%, and so a lot of people are not seeing those increases right now. Cost of living, though, for federal is 2.8. So, but you're right. The thing for that line item, I think it should be revisited. But we have a pretty big budget. That's you know, and also like the reason why we have surplus is I put a freeze on all discretionary spending, freeze on all overtime, unless it's put by me. We're going to manage this. If you get the right people looking at it, no more. I mean, we'll have money.
Okay, I'm fine with that. And my last thing I just want to say is, the stuff that goes on Facebook, I noticed that's quieted down, and I'm glad of that. But I just want to let all of you know, if I get attacked again on Facebook and told that I stole from the village, or they attack my integrity or anything, any board member up there, there's going to be hell to pay. Okay? And I'm going to let all you know, you're all, if one person does it, if you do not correct it, you're all responsible. Okay? I will not have my integrity attacked anymore in this village. Okay? And I just want to make that clear to all of you. It's very disturbing. I don't attack anyone's integrity up there. I would not dare do that. I thank all of you for doing the job you're doing. But to come back and, I mean, Pat, how would you like it if I said, you know, you stole from the village in the past, or attacked your integrity? Mike, how would you feel if I said that about you? Any of you's up there. And that's on Facebook, and it's on a site that is open to the general public. Look how many people hit that site, not just members. Okay, so to put something like that on there, that's really pretty nasty. So I would hope this ain't gonna happen again. That's all I gotta say. Thank you very much, and thank you for.
I'd like to know about. I mean, that's a lot of. I mean, it's valid. But I want everybody to know. You know, this body has a duty, and we're not supposed to get on unofficial sites. Only one person's supposed to talk about what the board directives are to the public and on documents, and that's me. If you want to, and we've had briefings since that occurred. I've rewritten the code of conduct with more detail. We've all been, I mean, that's something that's, we have to have it updated anyways for the new, because Mike Wilczek's new, so we had to do it anyways. And that's going to be done in January. It's been reviewed by legal. And so, and again, the teeth of this is, we've already been briefed. This body, everybody, the one, John on the phone, everybody's been briefed. You're not supposed to be going out and doing that. You're at risk. If it's not condoned by the board, you're at risk. And if you want to do that, I mean, again, it's something I tried to shut it down. I called the administrator, but it's within the rights. So I can't stop it, but I can stop it. This board can stop it. This board can stop it. And then if you look at the right now, if you think that there's a second, for 1 second, that after we've been briefed and it happens again, I think that there will be corrective action taken. So I've done everything, believe me, everything I
I
just
just did
do.
it, Wade, and I appreciate that.
I mean, so, all right, let's, I don't need to belabor that.
Can I say one thing?
Yes,
I just handed some paperwork in that one of the board members did it again, so I just handed it to Dave, handed it to all you guys.
Yeah, here.
They hand- I just handed some paperwork in, and one of the board members attacked me again on Facebook. And
Put the mic on.
I handed some paperwork to Dave this morning, but another board member attacked me and went there, so I just want everybody to see that, okay? I'm not gonna mention any names, just like these
Yeah.
guys got it.
he showed me it, but I have not had a chance to read it.
Okay.
So I will. We will. Can I just say that? Does anybody here have any question? Do you think that I'm not really upset about this? Anybody? Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. So yeah, I'll read it for you. Okay. Name and address, please.
Kathy DiPaolo, 121 Hillside. Sherry, I just wanted to thank you for being here, number one, today, and being actively involved. I've made that trip. The time zone's exhausting, the flights are exhausting, so thank you for being here today, regardless of whether you're voting. On the Facebook comment, I just can't believe we even need to talk about it. It's not a personal, I'm not even involved in the personal attacks, but we should all want to represent LLV a little bit better and have a better viewpoint on what we are putting out to the world, right? Because that's what it is the World Wide Web. So I would just caution everyone, just be nice. It's tough.
Remember a long time ago? Yeah. That's what we started. We started this whole thing. We wanted it to be neighborly, and it unfortunately went south for a while. I think we're back on track. We're getting back on track. We're not there yet, but I think we're going in the right direction again. And we got volunteers. Frank's got volunteers doing things. They're saving us money. We got new groups involved now, rules and regs. We got good groups. And there are things out there that can raise their head and divide. But that's why we're here. That's why we have insurance. That's why you got leadership. And we're here to protect you. And when we don't do that, then we should walk off this board. And that's what I'm trying to tell you right now. We're ready for whatever's necessary to keep things going. And positive events, things that I want you to see, the kids. I hope you can get the word spread out. I put the notice out, but we're here for you. This is a duty. This is a duty that we volunteered for. I was a duty to be a board member, not a manager. But I put in a lot of time. Maybe drove right by my car. Probably 200 hours so far. So, and I commend Bob Christensen for what he did, because I had no clue what he did when he was doing it. So, but I want you guys, everybody, to know that this board is here for you, and we're doing the best we can now. And I think we're on the upside. So please be patient with us. And hey, tell me if you got a question, you got comments, shoot those emails in, give these things. We'll look at it. I promise. I give you my word of honor. Anybody else? Gentleman on the right. Oh.
Well, 1 second.
Okay.
I
Ladies
just
first.
have a question. Can you clarify the statement about placeholder? So you're saying that you're keeping the fee at $600 per
Yep.
house, $35 per registration?
Exactly the way it is today.
So what is the comment about placeholder in reference to?
Well, the placeholder is, right now, is it, we want it, it's gonna be 2026 until we change it. But we're looking at everything right now. So, but right now, that's the official policy, that's the official STR procedure.
Will we be involved in helping to
Yes.
create
We will.
some procedures to actually account for how much rentals cost in the community?
Well, what we're doing, and that's what I wrote in that meeting when I was saying that we're gonna develop. So right now we're looking at more things that we can do for control, identifying costs, and work to better the processes here. So yes, I will make a commitment that the STR committee is there for use. We need interface, and I mean we have had it, but The answer is yes, you'll be involved, but I'm not ready to get into any further details. Now, it's your turn, sir.
Charlie Weaver, 152 Wagner Way. I just want to ask a question about the elimination of the discounts. I need some clarification. If the extra lot is being charged as a separate, completely, fully piece of property, doesn't that get an extra vote? It's not tied into my property now, it's an independent piece of property.
There's a bylaw against that. It says, and, you know, you're right, you think that, because I looked at it, there's a bylaw, you know, which I haven't changed, it's been around since the 70s. There's a bylaw that says that you get one, it doesn't matter how many properties you own, you only get one vote.
So I could sell my lot to my son for $1 and he gets a vote.
And then he would get a vote.
Yeah. That's what I'll do, thank you.
So, Fran Deniak.
Good morning, Elias Sade, 1660 Stag. Could you get into a little bit of detail about the fines for people renting without a township permit, just so that way whoever's listening out there knows the ramifications of renting illegally? You don't have to mention names, just like, you know.
No, we wouldn't mention citations and those kind of things are confidential between the association and the member.
No, I know that you don't have to mention names, just like, you know, throw it out there, you know, if you rent without registration, there's like a $2,000 fine or whatever.
It's in the rules. And the fine and fee schedule are in the rules and regs. You should have a copy.
Okay. No, I have a copy, and just, you know, throw it out there for whoever's listening, just so they know ramifications.
So, we can look it up real quick, but I think it's like $2,500, I think.
No.
1,000?
The rules and regs, rules fee schedules.
Okay, so Frank, you got something?
Yeah, thank you, Wade. This is in regards to the volunteer dinner and the way it was handled. The dinner itself was not much more than a barbecue, a Friday night barbecue, which was somewhat disappointing. Also, the way that many people were ignored in terms of invitations. That's a slap in the face. I mean, without volunteers, although the trend right now seems to be let the board do everything, well, so be it. But the volunteers are a very important part of this community. And not to have them, you know, thrown a crumb, that is a slap in the face. I would like to see perhaps some sort of a redo, have another event, a dinner, a real dinner, so that they can be recognized and acknowledged.
Well, how do I answer that?
Yes, let's make it happen.
No, wait. The board actually was approached, and we said to do it better next year. There was a momentum to do a review, and it was shut down. So,
Why would the board shoot down volunteers?
well, we can,
Celebrating a volunteer that was
Well-
not celebrated.
anybody want to make a motion?
Yes.
You want to talk about it?
In front of
I
us?
mean, it's-
votes no.
No. So,
My only comment would be, I believe why people weren't invited was because there was a communication gap between the list of volunteers that was given. I mean, I'm a volunteer, I didn't get an invitation, I didn't even know about it. So, I think to answer that part of the question, that's the explanation. If certain people were invited, we definitely apologize. We'll definitely do a better job next year while we're working through the list.
You won't have a list next year because volunteers will not be coming forth. Just a lousy dinner.
yeah. All right. Any other member comments?
One more.
Darlene Apollo, 121 Hillside. I'm going to make my third request for the December 2024 operational reports to be put on Town Square, please.
So who's in front? Where's Jan?
Right here.
So if there's,
Look, they're up there.
let's make it happen.
Make it happen, just make it stop.
Okay. I've looked extensively.
All right, I'll look.
And if they are out there, I do apologize.
No, that's fine, I'll double check
But,
on, yes, we'll just put them, please, yes.
Okay. So with that, director's comments. Wait, Pat Foley?
Yeah, just a question about the surplus. You said there was how much of a surplus from this year?
It's an estimated, I don't trust it. I mean, we're not gonna be in a deficit, but.
So if there was a surplus, then why did that 14% of the people have to pay that additional fee for their docks?
First off, that's 2025 funding, and by rule, it goes into reserve, period.
Okay, and then the next question is the snow removal last week. Is it true that it wasn't, the roads weren't completed, cleared like they should have been because overtime was cut?
That's incorrect.
Is there any reason why, like on Wednesday, the roads were still unplowed?
And this is the first I'm hearing about it, and I've been here every day.
Well, I drove down Lake Lane at 1:30 on Wednesday afternoon, and the road was a mess. I mean, it looked like it wasn't plowed at all.
Okay, well, I go down
Did
there.
everybody else see the roads last week?
I was here,
And I'm not saying it was maintenance, because I know they do a great job, and I'm not saying one thing bad
So
about that.
I saw Facebook on the first storm, and they said how horrible it was. I went out with Mike Wilczek, and we drove the line, and including those that said there was pileups in their yards. And I went personally with another member, and I said I can't, because I had crews out there looking, and they said they couldn't find it. And I'm gonna vouch for the maintenance crew. There was nothing. There was a messy area, about 100 yards on Lake Lane between Beaver Lane, I think it is, about 100 yards going east. But that was a cleanup. The roads were clear. All roads were passable.
I can tell you for a fact, because I was away for work, and when I came back Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock, I picked my mom up at the airport, and I came in past the office onto Lake Lane, and it was a mess. It wasn't plowed at all.
Well, I'll give you my number. I investigated like 4 different sites.
I guess I was seeing things.
No,
I know that other people complain,
No one's
it's
saying-
just not me.
Okay,
I just heard that it was, one of the reasons was because of the overtime was cut, so that's all I'm saying.
actually, the truth is on that? I authorized overtime because they started at 6. We planned it together the prior day. The storm was supposed to hit by 6 in the morning based on forecast. It actually hit at 9. I had all crews in at 6, and they waited. And so they didn't have enough regular time because we had to be proactive and be here in advance. So I authorized overtime, 4 hours each man, to get the roads done. I take exception. I'm not gonna say it's the best we could do if there was something that somebody, there's a lot of clearing, by the way, that happens. And what I did notice is the trucks, after we're done, other plow people come in and they push snow around and they mess things up. And then the maintenance guys get to do that. But if it's a whole road, I wanna know about it. So I'll give you my phone number, and while I'm still sitting in the front office every day, I'll come and do it. I'll take a look at it. We'll get it done. But right now, I just take exception that I'm just saying, I can't. It might have been dirty, or it might have been messy, but it had to be passable.
Oh, it was passable. I mean, I drove down it. I'm just
But
saying.
it was not
like
because
it
of
wasn't
overtime,
plowed.
because I authorized overtime. So the comment that started this whole thing was about overtime. I authorized overtime for safety issues. I authorized it. So, and you know me, Pat. I'm telling you that I did. I missed it.
And this, again, that was hearsay on the overtime thing, but I know for a fact that the road was a mess.
Wait, may I make a suggestion?
Let's go, yeah, move on.
If I can make a suggestion, we do have feedback ability on Town Square and on the website. So maybe for the next snowstorm, if doing is like after the snow stops, if there's still a concern, members should like take a picture and state the intersection, and then we can alert the office some protocol that they can look at. So they're the eyes and ears of the village. So if there's this
You're
intersection.
the best soldiers, you're the big boots on the ground are more better than a guy at a desk. So if you guys got problems in some area, please contact the office or go to town square. I mean, I want everybody to be happy and safe. If it's not safe, I want to know about it. Call me, I'll get my phone number out.
I'll make the recommendation, if anyone in the village sees something, whether it's a snow-related issue, back gate issue, security issue, use the feedback platforms that we have. And I'm then reiterating to you as chair, since you're acting manager, that we will actively look at the feedback platform timely. And like I said, if there's a concern in the village, the members address the concern through the feedback form, and the office looks at the feedback form, and you have back and forth to it. That would be my recommendation.
Did everybody hear that and understand?
Yes.
And you hear me too? You can report, there's multiple vehicles, ways to report bad roads, and we'll do our best, I promise. If I know about it, I'll fix it. If I can't fix it, I don't know about it. Overtime will be authorized on all safety-related issues. So that's, to me, it's operational necessity then. So, again, military hacking on. What else? Any? So can we got one other? Oh.
Yeah, hi, Susan Foley, 114 Tommy's. My question is for contractors. If someone, a non-member of Locust Lake, comes in and buys a lot, what would their dues be?
Same as a member.
So I would pay the same amount,
If I'm understanding your question right,
right? Is that how, okay, because I
we don't,
thought,
you can't, it's disenfranchising the group, you can't do that.
can't do,
We can't disenfranchise a class of folks, contractors, residents.
so but homeowners. But if I'm a homeowner and someone is not a homeowner, they come in, they buy a lot, and their dues are the same amount as me as a homeowner.
No.
That's what my question is.
So your lot, if they buy a lot and not a home, and their dues are different, they're lower. 0.8 of the point, it's 80% of that.
80% of a home.
1,700 and whatever dollars, and 1,732 is what a person with a home has. That's the dues. That's what it is now, and that's what it's going to be. A lot would be 80% of that. If it's just a lot, 80%. That's what 0.8 is. 80%.
Right, but that's my saying. Am I saying this wrong? It's, anybody, you just have a lot,
Anybody.
You're a member.
Yeah. Anybody who purchases a lot or a lot of a house or a lot and builds a house is considered a member, whether they're a business, an individual,
Okay.
an investor. That purchase makes them a member of Locust Lake Village Property Owners Association.
Okay.
So it's, they would pay the same from that perspective.
so even if they don't own a home on a lot,
Yeah.
they're still the same
They're
entity.
an association member, and they pay the same price based on the same parcel, whether it's.
They get badges just like we do. So if they wanted to come use the beach, they could. They could drive up and have nowhere to stay.
Right, I understood that, but, okay. All right, thank you.
Okay. Somebody in the back.
Mark Whittington, 260 Parkers Drive.
Mark Whittington, 260 Parkers Drive. I'm just wondering if there's any consideration by the board to expand the number of post office boxes available. I'm on a waiting list, I'm a permanent resident, and I was told that people who own short-term properties, short-term rentals have post office boxes. Is that factual?
There's been some talk about, when I first got on the buildings ground about 2 months ago, there was some talk about maybe getting a couple sheds and putting them somewhere else and putting the mailboxes in them. So we are talking about that, but probably be in 2026.
Okay.
Take a little
That would be
further.
for Locust, that would be for Locust Lake
Yes.
mailboxes. If you're referencing a post office box, that would be at the post
No,
office.
that's what, I'm a permanent resident, I don't wanna go outside of the village to
Yeah.
pick up my mail. And as a permanent resident, I think I should have one.
You wanna take that?
The post office box here.
It was definitely on the agenda when me and Mike joined, and we're in the process of, we want to find a spot where we can put something, where we can add that. So it's in the early stages, but it is being talked about.
Okay, thank you.
I think one of the initiatives was to check with the postmaster to see why we can't get mail delivery in the village, but it's something that was being looked into by when Joey Molina was building a grant, so I'm aware of that.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna call, director's comments. I got it in, yes. Great. All right. Come on, Tom, first.
Thanks everyone for coming out online and in person. As you can see, the ski lift is operating. Go enjoy the winter activities. And we're in December, so go out and get your holiday shopping done. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to everyone. I know it's been a rough couple of months as we've been navigating a very difficult budget cycle. I think it's put a lot of strain between people, and I do hope that we really can commit to working together and getting back to more positive, collaborative environment.
Joanne, you're up.
I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday. I want to thank the budget team for putting in a lot of extra hours, and our staff. Our staff, I don't know who's in the room, I think Jen, I don't know if there's any other staff members in there. They have put through a lot of, jumped through a lot of hoops over the last 2 months, and we came down to the wire, so they're going to put in a lot of extra hours around the holidays, so I just want to put my appreciation towards them. You know, they are their own most valuable asset, and there's a lot of dedication, drive, and ingenuity amongst the staff that doesn't get recognized. So I want to just wish the membership and the staff happy holidays and happy New Year.
Thank you. Dave?
Thanks, everybody, for coming. And you don't turn a battleship on a dime. You know, there's a lot of stuff to be done. And something that I said back in August, I fix problems once. So there's a lot of thought and a lot of, sometimes a lot of disagreement. But we're working together, and we're gonna fix a problem, we're gonna fix it right, we're gonna fix it once. So bear with us, please.
Okay, yeah.
Happy holidays, but given that I'm a geek, I'm gonna have to go back to the dues discount question raised by the gentleman who's going to sell his lot to his son.
Pat, you might want to use that.
She might in front of you.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Charlie Weaver.
Yeah, Charlie, hi Charlie, I'm Pat. Just to kind of walk through that, your son, for the lot, if he buys it from you, is going to be paying the same for his lot that everyone else does.
Right.
So.
But he'll get a vote.
But you get a vote.
He'll get a vote,
That's the
okay,
question.
okay.
Yeah.
He just wants
Then
to
no,
vote.
if you wanted to vote nay, yeah, you'll get a vote, great.
That's suggested, that's the way around the process.
It's a workaround, okay, great, thank you, happy holidays, everyone.
And Mike Wilczek.
Thank you, Wayne. To address, I guess, some of the concerns, I had the same concerns in regards to the roads. I did express to Wade in regards, we did drive around, and for the most part, I would say probably 95% of the road, 99% clear. Because of snow plows, other people that were here, and we went back to the office, and Wade took care of everything as far as regards to the gradations that we've seen. The main gripe that I had was the ring road as far as for emergency, and you took care of that. And they were here early, so on that thing, that was really good. The volunteers, I think, yes, they are, they should be appreciated. I've been here quite a few years and volunteered a lot of different positions. as far as I think Frank or Mike was saying, as far as we need to do a better job in communication, and also as far as with the departments of getting this out, all the information, and we are working on that, as far as Frank was saying. We have a lot of changes that we're making. There's a lot of time since I've been on the board that people have been putting in, and we're talking about thousands of hours, not just about hundreds of hours. A lot of hours have been put in, so we are working for you to get a good product. In regards to as far as, Bob, I appreciate your concern, and if you knew anything in regards to the write-offs, that's the first that I've heard in regards to, we have some outstanding ones that needs to be done. I mean, that has to be taken care of.
HOA law.
So, well, but the thing is, if you know, particular ones, if there's anyone, if you can let the board know, we can handle that before the end of the year.
Talk to your accountant. Talk to the accountant.
Yes, I did. Kathleen?
Your accounting.
The accountant. Okay.
The accountant firm.
He just
We're
got
done.
cracked. They have talked to him.
So I'm done. I don't have much more. I've said my piece. We are shutting down. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. Meeting's adjourned at 11:00.